If there's one thing that's changed my quantum flipping game, it's recording my deals and knowing my own performance data. Why does it matter? Because it helps you build on what you're doing right, along with cutting out what you're doing wrong. And that can be the difference between getting a deal or not. And when we're talking about five, six, and even seven figures, you'll see why it's extremely important too. So, as a helping hand, I wanted to share my offer spreadsheet that we pretty much use like a database, which is one of the main tools we use every day in my quantum flipping business. And I'm going to show you around inside the offer spreadsheet shortly, but I first want to quickly cover a few important points. All right, so I'll do a separate video later, which will describe how to run comps and where to find the info you need. But the purpose of this video is to communicate the importance of recording and tracking your performance data, specifically for offers on both the buy and sell side of a quantum flipping business, so that you can consistently generate profitable deals. Furthermore, being able to consistently generate profitable deals of 5 and 6 figures requires that you know your numbers. Okay? Anybody can get lucky one time, but to quantum flip consistently and at a high level, like I'll teach you, requires more than just luck. And if you follow what I'll be showing you, you'll be fine. All right, so first, a lot of times sellers may not accept the first offer. All right, so it will require some follow up, and you don't want to have to stop and waste time rerunning your numbers every time you follow up on a seller offer. Even more important is if the seller follows up with you first, which will definitely happen. Then you need to be prepared to score and get the deal right then if possible. So again, you don't want to have to stop and waste time rerunning your numbers each time you follow up on a seller offer. Instead, you want to work smarter by recording the numbers the first time in my offer spreadsheet so that you can easily go back to the spreadsheet in the future as you reoffer the seller, or if you need to negotiate your offer, which my offer spreadsheet will help you accomplish that. All right, so just let me pause for a second because I want to give you some context here. All right, the simple meaning of the word quantum in physics is the minimum amount of any physical entity involved in an interaction. And by physical entity, we mean you or your energy. And by interaction, we mean the process of doing real estate deals. Okay, so the concept of quantum flipping is based on the minimum amount of you needing to be involved in the process of doing real estate deals. In other words, minimum involvement with huge results. And we do this by working smarter, not harder unnecessarily, and by using streamlined processes and strategies. All right. The same thing applies to the buyer side of this business. If you're quantum flipping and not purchasing the properties yourself, but instead quick flipping them over to another end buyer, well, again, you absolutely need to know your numbers and have them recorded, because buyers will reach out to you at random times asking to buy your deals. And a lot of times they will try negotiating with you to get the property at a lower price. So you need to know your numbers, quickly be able to access them, and be ready to discuss offers with buyers. Sometimes you may decide to reduce your price, and other times you'll hold firm on your price. Either way, my offer spreadsheet will help you accomplish that and know how to do it and when to do it. All right. Thirdly, your ability to scale to do more deals, whether that's individually or as a team, if and when you start hiring others, will also require a central location or a database where the offers can be stored and easily accessible to you and the team. So that way everyone is on the same page with the offers. And if and when there's a mistake, you can easily go right to the specific deal, look at the numbers that were used to identify the error and fix it. All right, so this will help tremendously. So that way going forward, you and the team, you guys are more efficient, you avoid repeat mistakes, and you get more deals done and with larger profits. Lastly, one of the other important reasons why recording your offers and tracking your performance data is so important is because it allows you to spot trends in the market that you're operating in, or markets if you're in more than one. All right, so for example, if you're selling deals to buyers at higher profits than you initially anticipated in the offer spreadsheet, that can be an indicator that your market is willing to pay more money than normal. So that's really valuable information to know, because if your buyers are willing to pay more money, then it also means that you can offer your sellers more money when necessary. And this leads to getting more deals done. And because the offers and the deals will be recorded, you can easily go back and look at the deals in a specific market to see if there's a trend. Okay. Now we utilize this in our quantum flipping business for this very reason. And I'll even share this in a future video where I'll break down one of our deals and show you how we made a lot more money because of it. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's jump over and look at the offer spreadsheet now. All right, so now we're inside the offer spreadsheet. Okay, so first thing is, as I mentioned earlier, I'll create a separate video later which shows you actually how to run comps. But for the purpose of this video right now, I just want to show you what it looks like inside the offer spreadsheet. Now, I'm going to show you right now it being blank just so it makes it easier to understand. And then I'll actually show you a deal of what it looks like when it's filled out. Okay. Now, we have a saying in my quantum flipping business for my team, which is if it's blue, it's for you. So if it's blue, it's for you to fill out. Now, I train my teams on how to get quick comps, how to do this quickly, so that way they can, if they're on the phone talking with a prospect or a seller, they can get this done and get them an offer so they can try and move forward and get that deal. If they need to, if they're not on the phone and they need to follow up and get it done, then they can do it again, as quick as they can. And so if it's blue, it's for you. We will go back and fill out the stuff that is yellow later on after we already got the deal. Okay. Now I'm only going to show you the blues, which is for flipped comp properties. Okay. For rentals, we've got a separate way. You're kind of seeing a little bit of this now, but I'm not going to explain it in this video because we can get more deals done. Whether it's a flip type of deal that we're doing or if it's a rental, if we need to use rental comps, then we'll do that. And we just keep it easy for our team and our business by having this all integrated in one spreadsheet, but it's separated by whether it's blue or is it green. Okay, so for this video, we're going to deal with the blues. Okay, it's a different form, a little bit of a different formula, and to help you get to your offer or your buy price. Okay, so subject property is just the property that we're looking at, the property that we are intending to purchase and put under contract. We need to know some specific details and have those logged right inside of here. Okay, address, bed, bath, numbers, the square footage, what type of home is it, the year built, how many cars, if it has a garage, if it has a basement, is it 1-story, 2-story, et cetera, et cetera. And then what we do is once we have our subject property, now we know what we're looking for. We want to try to stay apples to apples in comparison as much as possible. So we go out and we need to find at least 2, but preferably 3 comps or comparable properties. So that's what this is for right here, is for the comps that we're going to use. And again, I'll teach you how to run comps and how to find the info in another video, separate video. But we plug inside the blue, we plug those details in to make sure that it's apples to apples. Okay. And again, you're trained. I train my team. So again, I'll train you on this too. It's nothing that I'm going to keep separate from you. Same exact stuff that we do in our business to achieve great success is the exact same thing, methods and strategies and processes that I share with you and teach you. Okay, so we fill out the blues for comp property 1, comp property 2, and if we find the comp property 3, which is great, then we fill that out as well, and that's it. It automatically will give us the average of what those 3 comp properties sold for, which we refer to as our ARV. And that ARV will go out and it'll fill in this right here, which is our buy box. Okay, this will let us know what we can end up offering for the deal, the maximum that we can pay for the deal, how much money we're going to make on the deal, and how much money that we need to actually, if we're quick flipping this property over to another end buyer, what do we need to flip it over to them for? Okay, so that's why I'm saying it's so important to record your offers so that you can be able to track these numbers, okay? Because buyers will call you and want to discuss your deals, and they'll try to renegotiate or negotiate with you on price. So you need to be prepared. This helps you do that. Okay, sellers, when you're calling them or talking to them, they'll may not accept your first offer. So you need to be prepared to know how to have a higher offer price, what kind of spread or margin do you have to work with there? And then what's your maximum allowable offer that you can offer, okay? And also just taking it a step further, if and when you do hire a team so that you can scale even further and do, even more deals and, make more money, uh, we put a commission, a little calculator right here for you. Okay, so it makes it really easy for you or for your team to know, hey, if they want to make more money, then and they need to be able to negotiate better or get the property at a better price. This is showing them what they can actually make on the deal right here. So uh, for demonstration purposes, it's just set right there at a 10%. You can adjust this specifically to your quantum flipping business as you see fit. Okay, so what you want to pay your sales team, commissions, or however you want to set that up yourself, which I'll have some suggestions for you, but you get to decide on what that number is and you can adjust this here. It's really simple. Lastly, we have a little indicator right here for you, which is the rehab costs. Okay, so you get to use this based on the conversation that you're having with the seller, how they're describing and discussing the property to you, or based on the pictures and everything that you're seeing when you get those back for the property. And you just plug that information in right there. It'll shoot out what the offer is for you, and then you are on your way to getting that property under contract. Okay. If we use the same exact offer spreadsheet and the same exact buy box when we're going to actually sell our deals to our buyers. Okay, if we're quick flipping them. So that's an example of what this looks like when it's blank. Again, I won't show you the rentals. I will actually. This is something that we cover inside the quantum flipping blueprint program, but just for this video, I'm just showing you just using a flip comp, because a lot of times that's what you'll end up using anyway. So a lot of times you'll just use the blues. You won't even get over to the green area. But in the event that you need to, so that you can get deals done that sometimes that a normal person wouldn't be able to get done because they're just so used to using flip comps, you'll actually be able to get a lot of those deals done by using this other strategy right here, this other method. Okay, so what does it look like when it's actually filled out? Here it is. Okay, so you'd have the date. You'd have, this is just a sample property. Okay, 123 Main Street. You'd have the bed, the bath count, square footage. It's a single family residence, single family residential. It's 1985 year built. It's 2-car garage. It's no basement. It's 1 story. And again, if it's blue, it's for you. So we filled out the blues. And filled out the blues again right here for our first comp property. Okay, it sold on 2/26/24. Sold for 165,000. Here's the address, the bed and bath count, square footage. The next blue is what was the distance from our subject property, which is the one that we're going to get under contract with the seller, and how far is that away from our actual comp property. Okay, so that's the first one. We do the same exact thing for the second property. And if you can find a third, which a lot of times you will be able to, then you do it for the third. And that's really all you need if you want to do this quickly. Okay, so the blues, the reason why we do it for blue is because we're just trying to comp this really quick. So quick comps. And then that'll go ahead and give us what our average sold price is. It's taking all these 3 properties, and it's automatically inputting them right inside of here to give us what the average price is for the sold price. Okay, and once that's done, it will put this top line number right inside of our buy box formula for us. Again, if it's blue, it's for you, so you need to put your eyes on it and look at it. We look at to make sure, okay, is it at 70%? And this is just an example. So let's just assume that it's still at 70%. That's fine. But if it wasn't, you can always just go inside of here and just adjust the number, and it'll adjust the formula, the buy box for you. Okay. This keeps you from having to manually go and do calculations every time. It works so much faster and just helps to be so much more efficient. And we've been using this for years. Okay. So Uh, there is some rehab costs a lot of times that might be needed for these properties. You know, they're not always total fixer uppers. Sometimes it varies to the degree of how much rehab they'll need. But a lot of times there's some rehab that's needed, and we base that off of what category do they fall into. All right. So in this situation, in this case, we can see that we base this off 20 or $20 a square foot, which is saying that it's rough. You know, it's in rough condition. It's kind of a mid rehab, and that is $20 a square foot times the amount of square footage in the subject property. That's how we get this $24,000. And it's telling us that, hey, we need to be able to sell this deal for this price right here, 88,000, almost, $88,933. Okay, so that being said, we still have to factor in how much money we want to make in the deal. And I've got this set to a certain percentage based on the ARV. But again, you can adjust this and customize this easily based on your business and what you want to make on the deal. So this is saying based on this price, we want to make 16,000, and it's telling us that we need to the most that we can offer in order to make this $16,000 is we can't go above $72,800. But again, you don't want to start there because you don't, if the seller doesn't accept the first offer, which a lot of times they don't, then you want to be prepared to counter offer and not have to compromise and lower your profit. So we always have a starting offer price range, okay, and that price range is the starting offer and the higher offer. So we're going to be between 57 and 67, just for this example. But if we have to negotiate up higher, we still have another $5,000 where we can counter offer and play with, okay? And that still helps to make sure that we get a $16,000 profit locked in for this deal, okay? Now, you can still go and sell the deal for higher depending on the market that it's in, or sometimes the offers may come in a little bit lower. You may have to negotiate and that, but this will keep you on track. This will keep you so streamlined when you're talking with on the buy side and on the sell side. So when you're talking with buyers, when you're talking with sellers, you'll know your numbers, you'll know what you can quickly adjust, and also for yourself or for your team, you'll know and they can know, what they're looking to get paid in terms of commissions on that specific deal. Okay. And it just makes it so much easier for them to know that right then, because a lot of times they have a certain amount that they want to make. And well, there's no guessing. If you want to make this amount of money, then here's where you need to be at on your offer. So, we get into more detail in the actual training in the quantum flipping blueprint, but this is a snapshot of us and what we use every day in our business. And it's included, so it comes with it. Now I want to add one more thing. Don't worry about whether you have Excel or do you need to have Excel on your computer. You don't. If you do, great. If you don't, that's fine, because when you come into the Quantum Flipping Blueprint program, I'm going to give you all this stuff. Okay, so you're going to have it, but you're going to have the online version of the spreadsheet. And as long as you've got Gmail, you could just use Google Docs. It'll be inside of there for you. So you just use the online version of it. It'll work just the same. I'm showing you an example of it right here. And this is of an actual deal of with the the quick comps turned on. We actually turn the blue highlights off after we've plugged the info in, so we know what we've already plugged in, and that is confirmed. But lastly, once it's there, the reason and the importance of having this stuff recorded is because as you start talking to more sellers and you're dealing with more prospects, more leads, and you're getting more properties, having more conversations, this is all going into one central location, or this, one database, and you can easily pull this information up. For instance, this is an example. Like these are different properties, and you'll start having a lot more conversations. You want to make sure that you can easily go and find that information. And if we had to have this written down on paper, it would just be so much harder to keep up with this. And if we had this somewhere else, not only would it be harder for me to find, but just imagine as you start to grow and build and you hiring or bringing on other teams, if you don't already have one, you need to be able to access the information all in one place, collectively. And that's exactly what this will allow you to do as well. Okay. So as you can see, I mean, these are just numbers of properties and deals that that my team works on and does, and you guys will be doing the same exact thing. You want to easily be able to go through here and find these deals, and also you got to even worry about scrolling through there. Having this stuff named the way that I'm gonna teach you how to do it, you'll easily just be able to go ahead and find it inside of here with this simple search tool, and you'll be able to pull it up quickly. The point is that when sellers end up calling you back, or if you end up following up with them on your end first, you can easily go inside of here, find that information. Okay. And when buyers call you out of the blue or sellers call you out of the blue, you easily can pull this up, go ahead and hit find, and you can pull their deal up, pull their property up really quickly, and be able to get right back into where you left off in conversation, or start off where you need to start off in conversation in terms of what your offer price is to be able to get that deal done. Okay. So again, work smarter, not harder. It's the whole point of the concept behind the quantum flipping and the methods and strategies and that we teach. And we'll be sharing more here soon. So if you have any questions or you need any help with any of this, no problem. Just go ahead and book a call with me. The link's there in the video, and you've got access to me. So happy to help out. Talk to you soon.